Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the historic Hibbing Memorial Arena at the first day of the annual George Burbridge Memorial North-South Shootout. This evening's game features the Brainerd Warriors facing off against your Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets. And now let's meet the starting lineups. First of the Warriors of Brainerd. Starting in goal tonight, senior goaltender number 35, Brady Mick. And by defense, senior defense, number 5, Happy Rivard. And left defense, senior defense, number 15, Colton Kramer. And right wing tonight, senior winger, number 16, Sam Sylvester. And left wing, senior winger, number 12, Cole Ball. And starting at center, senior center, number 14, Eric Stout. And the remainder of the Warriors, head coach by Dave Haas, assisted by Dave Stigrum, Rob Owen, and Chico Resch. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets. Starting at goal tonight, freshman goaltender, number 31, Ryan Newland. At red defense, senior defense, number 3, John Boggio. And left defense, junior defense, number 7, Scott Baronovich. And right wing tonight, junior winger, number 11, Dylan Benson. And left wing, sophomore winger, number 12, Jared Lee. And starting at center tonight, senior center, number 23, Jake Vestal. And the remainder of your Blue Jackets, head coach by Todd Burzich, assisted by Bob Vestal, Chris Walters, Shea Walters, and Travis Weber.
And we're ready to get this one underway between Hibbing Chisholm with a record of 9-0. And the Brainerd Warriors at 4-2-1. Brainerd's led by senior forward Josh Howieson, 11 goals, 7 assists for 18 points, and senior forward Eric Stout, 9 goals, 9 assists, and 18 points. In net, senior Brady Mick. He's 4-1 on the year, 3.05 goals against average save percentage of just shy of 90%. Doug Dietrich, Randy Catron bringing the action. Glad to have you along here on this Monday evening, day 1 of the George Burbridge North-South Challenge. Blue Jackets in their home white uniforms, trimmed in navy blue. It says Hibbing across the chest from the right shoulder down to the left waist. Navy blue helmets, navy blue breezers. Meanwhile, royal blue for the Warriors. It says Warriors across the front in gray. They have white numerals on the back, white around the waist. They got numerals on the shoulder, up on the right side, and on the sides. They're in their blue, navy blue helmets and navy blue breezers. We're underway. Quickly into the Blue Jacket zone. It's dumped down in by Rivard. What a hockey name, Happy Rivard. That just rings hockey right there.
Yeah, that does. That's a definite classic for a hockey name there.
Out to center ice, it's Matson across the blue line. Rolls off his stick into the left corner of the Warriors zone. Blue Jackets have outscored their opponents 14-3 in the first period. Brainerd's outscored theirs 14-8. Dumped down the ice, icing on the Warriors. Just underway, 35 seconds into it, no score. Face off to the left of the goaltender, Mick. Knocked in behind the Warrior net. It's going to be picked up by DeBoom. DeBoom from the right corner gets it out to the right point. Little one-timer doesn't work for Versich. Nick Versich regains control on neutral ice and dumps it back down in the left corner of the Brainerd zone. Picked up by Andres. Andres trying to work it up the far side. Out to center ice with it is Howieson. His pass is deflected as he tried to get it to Evans. Into the right corner of the Blue Jackets zone. Centering pass from Fisher intercepted by the Blue Jackets. At center ice, it's Osborne. Sikinen battling for the loose puck. Sikinen comes away with it, chips it into the zone. And quickly, here comes Brainerd back down the ice. Tipped down in by Evans. And it'll be a line change for the Warriors with 15:35 to go first period. Osborne, he'll lead the rush. He's out to center, long pass on the right wing, tipped out and in by Radovich, line change Blue Jackets. Happy Rivard picks it up from behind the Brainerd net. Long pass is deflected up and out of play. Face off at neutral ice. DeBoom on the draw, and he'll win the draw from McLean. Allison banked off the right wing, boards out to center. Chipped into the Blue Jackets zone. Blue Jackets quickly come right back down in the Warrior zone. Penalty coming up. Puck's loose out near the blue line. Blue Jackets going to go on the first power play. Trickles in, hits the side of the net, and we got a whistle. Power play coming up. Too many people in the press box today, Randy.
Yeah, a lot of people up here today. Makes it crowded.
Very crowded today. Blue Jackets 30.6 on the power play, going off at 1:55 is going to be Kramer. He got a holding penalty. Penalty kill at 75% for Brainerd. Down near the right corner in the Brainerd zone and fired down the ice by Selisker. Back to pick it up, Perunovic. He'll gather it in the right corner of the Blue Jacket zone. Perunovic out to center ice. He'll stick handle across the blue line. Perunovic cuts in behind the Brainerd net. Now he's going to leave it. It's going to be golfed around by Stout. Kept alive at the right point by Lee. Sets it up to the left point. Perunovic back to DeBoom. Left wing, half wall. Back to Perunovic. To DeBoom. Lee, top of the right circle. Lee, over to Perunovic. Tried to get him low down in the left circle. Wouldn't go. And cleared down the ice by Brainerd. Still got a minute to go in that Blue Jacket power play. 13:53 to go in period number one. JV game, it was 6-3 in favor of the Blue Jackets. Carried across by Perunovic. Over on the left wing. Down in the left corner. Tried to push it to the right corner. He'll regain control after it was deflected. Out near the blue line, it's Lee. Perunovic right point. Back to Lee. Lee carries it over on the right side. Here's Lee to Perunovic up top. Left circle to Boom. And taken away by Evans and cleared down the ice. Right on net. Hewlin had to make a stop. Blue Jackets still have 20 seconds to go in that power play. 13:10 to go, period number one. Long pass to the blue line. Les Garbo cuts in, and it's knocked off his stick and cleared down the ice by Johnson and Brainerd. This will pretty much take care of the power play. Nice penalty kill for the Warriors. Sikinen working down the right side. Sikinen crosses the blue line into the attacking zone. Centering pass in front, cleared away as it tried to hit Les Garbo in front of the net. In behind Brainerd net, rolls into the left corner. Johnson has it for the Warriors. He's checked up on the play by Les Garbo, coming away with this ball. Left wing pass out to center to Marthalar. Pushed in behind the Blue Jackets net by Andres. Cleared around to the right wing half wall. The Warriors with it, it's Ball. Pushed back in behind the Blue Jacket net, picked up by Madsen for the Blue Jackets. Right wing pass to Les Garbo. His pass is intercepted. Shot put on by Ball from the left point. Easy save for Hewlin. He'll hold on. Both teams just kind of feeling each other out here, Randy.
Yeah, it's kind of at that stage of the game right now where both teams are kind of just going through the motions and checking out what each team has here.
Face out to the right of Hewlin. DeBoom on the draw with Howieson. And DeBoom's going to get tossed, so Les Garbo will come in and take the draw. Rolls to the end board. Centering pass, and it's deflected out to the left circle. Here come the Blue Jackets. Tried to hit Versich down the left wing. It deflected off and away. And a whistle and going off on a penalty. Nope, no penalty. They're just going to call the net off its mooring. They're going to bring it out because Brainerd knocked it off. Blue Jackets out near the left point, can't clear their zone. At the half wall on the left side with the puck is McLean. Shipped out to neutral ice, but it's gathered in by Happy Rivard. Here's Rivard across the blue line. Rivard working down the left side. Rivard centering pass in front of a big slap shot put on by McLean, bottom of the left circle. Nice save by Hewlin. Little one-timer. Out to the left point to Rivard. Rivard zips it along the boards down to the right wing half wall, giving chases DeRozier. Centering pass from McLean's intercepted. Here comes Allison for the Blue Jackets. Out to center, it's DeBoom with the to Riley Versich. That was actually Cephala, not DeBoom. Flip back to the Blue Jacket blue line. Prunovich gathers it in. He'll backpedal in behind the Blue Jacket net. Prunovich with the puck. Prunovich in a battle with Selisker. Boggio loses an edge. Left corner, Blue Jacket zone. Pushed in behind the Blue Jacket net. Rolls into the right corner. Picked up by Ball. Ball with the puck. Zips it around. He's got it to Stout. Left point. Shots blocked on a wrister from Andres. And the Blue Jackets get it out to neutral ice, but it's fired right back in by Selisker. Hewlin stops it in behind the Blue Jacket net. Banked off the end boards to the left wing half wall. Backhand shot sails wide from Stout. A lot of pressure from the Warriors. 10-14 to go first period. No score. Knocked down, but not out. Zipped around by Andres. Left wing half wall. Blue Jacket zone now out near the left point. Cross ice pass. Here's Lee on the left wing. Lee brings it across the blue line. Still got the puck. Lee, he passes it over to Bestel, and Bestel buries it. But I don't know how Lee got by those two defenders who ran into each other, maintained control in the slot, shoved it over to the left, and Bestel buries it.
Yeah, he made a very nice play to get the puck over to Bestel, and Bestel had a wide open net as Mick thought the initial shot was going to come from off the stick of Lee possibly, and he was slid over, and Bestel buried it in the back door, and Blue Jackets get a goal.
Sixth goal of the year for Jake, and the Blue Jackets lead 1-0. Blue Jackets were getting outworked. Blue Jackets scored 7:06. The two assists go to Redovich and Lee, and the Blue Jackets are up 1-0. Shots on goal 3-2 in favor of Brainerd. At center ice, puck rolls to the Blue Jacket blue line. Sikinen with it. Cross ice on the right wing to Nick Versich. Versich gets it out to neutral ice, but it's dumped right back in quickly by Wiskow. Play continues into the right corner now behind the Blue Jacket net. It's Sikinen with it. Left wing pass to Osborne. Cross ice on the right side to Les Garbo. Les Garbo, little saucer pass and a shot put on and a save. DeBoom had an opportunity. Couldn't quite control that saucer pass, Randy, but he did able to get a little bit of a shot off anyway.
Yeah, a little wobbly puck there, but he did a good job to get it down and get somewhat of a shot off. Get a chance at another chance at Mick there.
Face-off is going to be to the right of the goaltender. Rolls in behind the net. Comes out near the right wing half wall. Riley Versich takes a check from Wiskow. Left corner, Kramer. Kramer, breakout pass to McLean. Left wing pass right in the tape to Wiskow. Wiskow fires it in from the blue line. Sails wide. Brainerd will finish up their line change. In behind the Blue Jacket net with the puck is Knipes. Left wing pass to Riley Versich. Back on the tape on the right wing to Lescarbo. Centering pass. Simple a shot. Oh, and the right pad saved by Mick. Blue Jackets dig it out of the left corner. Left circle, high slot. Lescarbo, wrist shot, glove save Mick. He'll hold on.
Nice wrister by Lescarbo trying to go upper shelf there, but Mick stopped it way before that. But it was a nice try by Carbo there.
Blue Jackets lead 1-0 on the Jake Bestel goal. His 6th of the year. 7:57 to go, period 1. Face off to the right of Mick, won by Bestel. Blue Jackets can't keep it alive. Stout at center. Left wing pass to Ball. Ball, wrist shot, blocker save by Ewan and out of play. Face off to the right of Ewan. Bestel on the draw with Ball. Tied up in the circle. Now Bestel pushes it to the left corner of the Blue Jacket zone. Grabbed by Boggio. Boggio double team. Still battling near the right corner of the Blue Jacket zone. Ball comes away with it. Left corner centering pass, and it hits a bunch of skates, and Lee comes away with it. Lee out to center to Perunovic. Here's Perunovic, works it over right circle. Manson a shot. That hits traffic. And back come the Warriors. Out to center ice. It's Stout. Stout dumps it down in. Line change Brainerd. 7:17 to go, period 1. Blue Jackets lead 1-0. Lee to Bestel. Bestel just chips it out to neutral ice. Bestel takes a whack at it. Knocked down at the Brainerd blue line. Now it's center. Carrying it across is Stout. Stops at the right point. Sets it up. Happy Rivard is shot and a glove save by Euler. Rivard got that wrist shot off as soon as he crossed into the offensive zone. Got that pass and let go. Euler saw it all the way.
Yeah, nice wrister there from Rivard. Good chance on goal, but
face off to the right of Ewan. Comes out to Rivard. Left point. Throws it on net. Right pad save. Ewan in the left corner of the Blue Jacket zone. Picked up behind the net. Centering pass on the backhand from Evans. That was deflected as he was trying to get it to Howieson. Out to the right point. It's Johnson. Trying to muscle in was Evans. Howieson. Out near the right point. Right wing half wall. Battling with Sykinen. Howieson still with the puck. Howieson's a big old boy. He's got some size to him. Blue Jackets having a hard time riding him off the puck that time. Ewan just dives out to his right, grabs a loose puck. And now Sykinen and Nick Versich have some words with Jack Evans. Evans kind of gave him a little tap to the head. 6:18 to go, period 1. Blue Jackets lead 1-0. Boys basketball tournament going on over at the high school, at Lincoln I should say, and we'll talk about that coming up here in between periods. Down in the left corner, girls basketball team, they won their game today at the Perham tournament this afternoon. They beat Holdingford 46-38. Cross ice on the right wing is DeRozier, centering pass. Chipped away by Lescarbo, then knocked into the left corner of the Blue Jackets zone by Wiskow. Lescarbo with the puck. Out near the left wing half wall. Near the left circle, and the Brainerd comes away with it. And a shot by DeRozier as he got in between the circles, down low, and a nice save by Ewan. Can't be letting that happen, Randy, them walking in off the wall like that.
No, walked right in there, and DeRozier had a wide open shot, one-on-one against the goalie, and Ewan got the best of him on that shift.
5:39 to go. 1-0 Blue Jackets. There's a hook, no call as Perunovic goes down. Then he shoves the stick of Selisker. Manson, meanwhile, carries it in. Centering pass, and Lee grabs the loose puck. Left corner, Warrior zone, overskates it. Andrus comes away with it. Andrus works it up to Stout. Push to the Blue Jacket blue line, and flip back out to the Brainerd blue line by Perunovic. Andres to Stout. Stout can't control it. Perunovic comes away with it for the Blue Jackets. Boggio near the left corner. Dumped in off the end boards near the right wing half wall. Vestal's ridden off the play. Trying to dig it loose. His ball for the Warriors. He's tied up in the right corner by Perunovic. Dug loose by the Warriors. They get it out to the right point and falling down. Here come the Blue Jackets, a 2-on-1. It's Lee. He works it over on the right wing. Coming in, Lee. Oh, he got the pass back from Manson, and it jumps over his stick. Quickly down the ice, his ball for the Warriors. His centering pass goes to the left wing half wall in the Blue Jacket zone. Here we go again, 2-on-1. This time it's Perunovic. He's got Lee on his right. Perunovic, a centering pass, and it's knocked away by the Warriors. Lee tries a shot from the right circle and hits traffic. Blue Jackets, Perunovic with the puck. Perunovic, left circle, shot. Ooh, almost took the goalie's head off. That thing just sailed on him. Into the left corner, and the Warriors flip it out to center. Perunovic with the puck. He'll throw it in on net. Mick makes the stop, and then it's loose in front. And finally, Mick gets it back and freezes it.
Yeah, Mick had to make that shot there, that save there, because Parker was coming right in on him. So that burst of speed, I don't know if he saw Osborne come, but he almost got a little break and got a tip in there.
Face off to the right of Mick. Going to come all the way back down in the Blue Jacket right corner. Giving chase is Nick Bursich, ridden off the play by Evans. Evans goes down on the check. Here come the Blue Jackets 3-on-2. It's a third straight odd man rush. Cephala centering pass trying to hit Osborne. And it's knocked away in his shot. And a save by Mick. And coming in for that rebound with Cephala, and it goes just wide. It's actually DeBoom out on this line, not Cephala. The 1 and the 7 on these new uniforms look very similar. Left wing half wall in the Brainerd zone tied up with 3:15 to go. Here in period number 1, it's a 1-0 Blue Jacket lead, and it's tied up. A lot of face-off out at neutral ice. Cephala will take the draw with McLean. Couple of 27s. Fired in by Knives after he got the loose puck. Tucks in behind the Raider net. It's Rivard. The Warriors try to clear it. They get it out. Dead center, McLean picks it up. Left wing pass sets it up for DeRozier. Oh, glove save, and Ewan got a piece of it and trickles wide of the net. In behind the Blue Jacket net, Marthler had it momentarily. He'll go to the right corner. Back out to the right point. Sets it up over on the left side. McLean, wrist shot, left circle, save, no rebound, Eula. Shots on goal, 9-5 in favor of Brainerd, but Blue Jackets lead where it matters most, and that's on the scoreboard, 1-0 with 2:30 to go in period number 1.
Yeah, it's impressive how many chances that we've had, the odd man rushes tonight in this first period. Dominating in those for sure, and it'd be nice to get a couple more goals on the board here.
Face off to the right of Ewan. Blue Jackets come away with it. Boggio turns it over in behind the net. Center pass from the right side in the right circle. Knocked down by Perunovic. He'll come away with that loose puck. Banked it off the end boards to Boggio. Lee with the puck. Cross ice pass on the right wing to Perunovic. Perunovic stops. Perunovic trying to get it to Boggio. A little bit too far in front of him. Comes down in the right corner of the Blue Jackets zone. Centering pass intercepted by Madsen. Madsen to Lee. Lee working down the left side. Sets it up to Perunovic. Perunovic down deep. Perunovic in behind the Brainerd net. Sets it up to Lee. Right circle. Lee still with the puck. Try to chip it to Perunovic. Lee comes away with it, and it trickles out to neutral ice where it's grabbed by Brainerd. Their pass hits a skate. Pushed back in by Matson as he's hauled down at the blue line by Anders. Center ice, it's Stout. Stout brings it across. Wrist shot, glove save, and it was offside anyway. Minute 29 to go, period 1. 1-0 Blue Jackets. DeBoom on the draw with Fisher. They're going to throw them both out. Nope, now DeBoom's coming back in. They just threw Fisher out. Now they're throwing DeBoom out. Osborne will take the draw with Evans as DeBoom tried to sneak back in there. Good try, Zach.
Yeah, tried to.
He's like, well, I'll nonchalantly just skate back in there and see what happens. Turn over. And it's a shot, a goal save on the breakaway from Howieson, the leading point getter for the Brainerd Warriors. What a save by Hewlett as it was turned over at the Blue Jacket blue line. And Howieson strolls right in. Nice wrist shot. Even better save by Hewlett.
Yeah, I think Howison was convinced he had that one, and he forgot Hewlett made the great save there.
Shot put on from the blue line, a wrister from Kramer, another glove save by Hewlett. 1:09 to go, period 1. It's a 1-0 Blue Jacket lead on the Bestel goal, his 6th of the year. Last year, these two teams went into extra time. Brainerd got the 2-1 victory. Face off, controlled by no one at the moment. And now another shot put on by Howison, flipped up in the air and snatched out of the air by Hewlett. 1:03 to go. Period 1, 1-0 Blue Jackets, 11-5 shots on goal in favor of Brainerd. Howison on the draw, tied up, knocked into the right corner of the Blue Jacket zone. Perunovic flips it around to the half wall on the far side. Rolls off Matson's stick. He'll carry it in behind the Blue Jacket net. Matson up to Lee. Lee's got Bestel on his right wing. It's going to roll all the way into the right corner. Bestel will pick it up. Tries to push it over to Matson in the left corner, and the Warriors come away with it. Working down the right wing is Evans. Centering pass, right circle, Blue Jackets zone. Puck loose in front. And finally cleared away by the Blue Jackets. A rare rebound left out. Got a penalty coming up on whom? Taking a look at the Blue Jackets, it's going to be Boggio going off. This will come at 16:30. Power play number 1 coming up for Brainerd. On the power play this year, Brainerd's 31.8%. Penalty kill for the Blue Jackets at 88.9. Going off for a holding is Boggio, so the Blue Jackets will close out this period. Now Lee just got kicked out of the face-off circle. Bestel comes in to take the draw to the right of Hewlett. Howison, centering pass, knocked away and down the ice by Bestel. 16 seconds to go in the period. Andres from behind the Warrior net. Out to center. Brings it across on the left wing. Down in the left corner, puts a shot on, save. Puck cleared away by Knipes. He'll get it out to center. Here's a breakaway, and ran out of time was Lee on the breakaway. Unreal. But after one period of play, it's been entertaining to say the least. And it's the Blue Jackets on top of Brainerd by a score of 1-0. And we'll see how things shape up in period number 2. Coming up, we'll take a look at our stats, other games going on, and everything else happening in between our first and second period. After one period of play, it's Hibbing Chisholm 1, Brainerd 0. It's Blue Jacket Hockey on 106.3 WFM. After one period of play, the Blue Jackets lead 1-0 over Brainerd. They will start with a player in the box. Boggio still has a minute 30 to go in his penalty that he picked up late in that period. Doug Dietrich, Randy Catron bringing the action. Overall, a pretty entertaining first period, Randy.
Yeah, it was. The Brainerd had some chances early on. I thought Brainerd was kind of outplaying us, and we started getting those odd man rushes, and then we got that first goal on the board. Certainly really helped us out and kind of settled us down after that. And it was, for the most part, very entertaining first period here.
Yeah, I tell you what, Brainerd really put some pressure on the Blue Jackets there for a while, but they were able to, maintain it. Eulens had to make some nice saves.
Yeah, he made some great saves. He had that, that wide open. Howison came in on wide open shot, point blank right out front of him, and thought he skated in and thought he may have scored there, and Euland made a pretty save there, and he made a couple other dandy ones here in this first period as well.
Why don't you run on what limited stats we had in our first period?
First goal for the Blue Jackets, that coming at 7 minutes and 6 seconds. Jake Bestel picking up his 6th goal of the season, and then he gets the assist from Jarrett Lee, and the second assist credited to Logan Radovich. And then the goaltender saves in that period for Brady Mick of the Brainerd Warriors. He had 4, and Ryan Euland of your Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets, he had 13. And there was one minor penalty assessed to each team in that first period. Both of them were holding penalties for 2 minutes apiece. And after one period of play, the Blue Jackets ahead 1-0.
Taking a look at some of the other things going on, like I said, the boys basketball tournament going on over at the Lincoln today. In the 1 o'clock game, it was Chisholm 80-65 over Evelyn Gilbert. And at 2:45, Cambridge Asani 78-34 over Big Fork. Them two teams will advance to the semifinals. At 6 o'clock, it was Mesabi East and Mora. I don't have a score on that one yet. And just getting underway, if they haven't already, is hosting Lakeview Christian Academy. Girls basketball is in the Perham tournament. They beat Holdingford this afternoon, 46-38. And I can't find a whole lot of information on that. They're either going to play Isle, Perham, one of them two. Nobody's showing who they're playing next. The websites are kind of weird. Girls hockey, of course, they're off until Thursday night at Kaposha at 7 o'clock, and they'll take on South St. Paul. Some other boys action going on today. Legacy Christian got the 7-3 victory over Ely in the Silver Bay tournament. And down at the Schwann's Open Division, it was Greenway, a 7-2 victory over Spring Lake Park. Northern Lakes, who will say tomorrow, is in Virginia to take on Virginia Mountaineer and Buell. St. Louis Parks at Denfeld tonight. Red Lake Falls at North Shore, and Mankato East at Evelyn Gilbert. And I suppose, Brandy, we should probably mention that the Gophers played in the Meineke Let Me Change Your Front End Bowl. Actually, it was the Quick Lane Bowl in Ford Field in Detroit. Came from behind, got the 21-14 victory over Central Michigan, which snaps their 7-game bowl losing streak.
Yeah, first bowl win since 2004. First bowl win under the current coaching staff, Jerry Kill and Tracy Clay's staff, and Tracy Clay's his first bowl game. He gets his first win, so congratulations to him and the Gophers. Not the game, obviously not the bowl game you'd want to be in, and only finishing the year.
The Meineke Let Me Picture Front End Bowl.
6-7 on the season, but not bad when you think about there's 3 teams that were 5-7, they all won. So, better to finish it off strong at the end of the year and
how
get a
weird is
victory.
that, though? You got Nebraska at 5-7, San Jose State 5-7, and the Gophers 5-7, and they all go and win their bowl game.
Yeah, impressive.
And so, congratulations to the Gophers for getting that victory. Another interesting thing of note, coming up on January 9th, it's the NCAA Subdivision National Title. Features number 2 ranked North Dakota State, looking for their 5th straight NCAA Subdivision title. But they're going up against Jacksonville State, the number 1 team. That team, they lost 1 game to Auburn by like 3 points.
Really? Wow.
That could be a tough haul for North Dakota State. Again, looking for their 5th title in their 5th straight NCAA Subdivision National title. So just to win 4 straight is pretty impressive.
Well, yeah, you think of that program over in North Dakota State. They've done well, and if they could get a victory there, get that fifth one, that would be huge. Of course, they're going to have the challenge, but North Dakota's got a good team. North Dakota State has a good team too as well, so it could be an interesting football game for sure.
Kind of an interesting little side piece of that too is North Dakota State has 34 Minnesotans on that team. By far more than they have North Dakotans and Wisconsinites and Iowanites and South Dakotaans.
Yeah, we got to figure out how to keep more of those kids in our state and get them to the U and keep them here.
Thanks once again to General Waste for all your disposal needs. Choose General Waste, Sullivan Candy and Supply, your wholesale candy and supply distributor, and Iracore International, pioneers in engineering elastomeric pipeliners, proud sponsors of Blue Jacket Sports. We'll be back with second period action coming up after one period of play from the Hibbing Memorial Arena. Day one of the George Perpich North-South Challenge. It's the Blue Jackets on top of the Warriors of Brainerd, 1-0. You're listening to Blue Jacket Hockey right here on 106.3 WMF. And welcome back, everyone, to the historic Hibbing Memorial Arena. Just waiting on both squads to come on out. We'll get period number 2 underway. Doug Jeter, Randy Cajun bringing the action. Blue Jackets with a 1-0 lead over Brainerd. And Brainerd will still have a minute 30 of a power play as Boggio went in the box late for a hold. That power play for Brainerd at 31.8%. But they have given up 3 shorthanded goals, Randy. The penalty kill for the Blue Jackets, though, not bad. 88.9%. They've given up 2 goals in 18 penalty kills.
Yeah, that's impressive. Blue Jackets have been impressive there, so they got to keep that penalty kill sharp here the next minute 30 as we go through this game.
Here we go. Here come the Warriors. They'll be going down to the goal to your right. In the second period, the Blue Jackets by far have outscored their opponents 22-8. Meanwhile, Brainerd has been outscored 13-10 in period number 2. Still waiting on the Blue Jackets, and we'll get period number 2 underway. Thanks once again to Sullivan Candy and Supply, your wholesale candy and supply distributor. General Waste for all your disposal needs. Choose General Waste and Iracore International, pioneers in engineering elastomeric pipeliners, proud sponsors of Blue Jacket Sports. Here come the Blue Jackets, and we'll get period number 2 underway for you. Tomorrow night should be an interesting night, seeing another team that we haven't seen, Northern Lakes.
Yeah, a brand new team that we haven't seen before. Certainly will be interesting to see what they bring in here.
Blue Jackets currently ranked number 5 in Class A in the state of Minnesota. No movement from last week. Top 5 being for Class A, Breck moves up to number 1 as Hermantown drops down to number 2. St. Cloud Apollo is number 3. Matamidi is 4. And our Blue Jackets in 5. And the latest Let's Play Hockey rankings came out December 23rd. Now the face-off at center on a penalty kill is going to be Perunovich, Vestal, Madsen, Lee, and Knights. Knocked down into the right corner, picked up and carried in behind the net by Andrews. Here's Andrews, a left wing pass to Stout to center. Stout brings it across the Blue Jacket blue line, fires off a wrist shot, and an easy save by Eula, no rebound. Minute 12 to go in that power play for Brainerd. Just underway, period 2, 1-0 Blue Jackets. Face off to the right of Ewan, tied up in the circle. Controlled by the Warriors. They'll work it down, left wing half wall. It's Evans. Back out to the left point, sets it up for Andres. Over on the right wing, and getting a stick in the skates of Howieson with Vestal. He went down, no call on that trip. Still 50 seconds to go in the power play for Brainerd. Left wing pass to Stout. Stout's to center. He'll zip it around the boards. It'll come down in the right corner of the Blue Jacket zone. Chipped in behind the net. Stout with the puck. Had it taken away. And Knipes has it and clears it down the ice. 32 seconds to go in the Brainerd power play. 15:58 to go, period 2. Blue Jackets lead 1-0. Out to center. Andres. Andres dumps it down in. And Prunovic just whacks it back down the ice. 14 seconds to go in the power play. Turn it over. Osborne had it. He's got both shorthanded goals for the Blue Jackets this year. Manson just pushes it in along the end boards. He'll battle with Happy Rivard. And the Blue Jackets have successfully killed the penalty. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Prunovic, left corner Blue Jacket zone, banked off the near boards to Osborne. Here's Osborne working down the right side. He's the center. He's across the blue line. Osborne. Now it's picked up in the left corner as Osborne tried to work it around. Matson had it momentarily. And Rivard, long past the center, intercepted by Prunovic. Prunovic crossed the blue line. Prunovic, his shot deflected up and out of play. 14:51 to go, period 2. It's a 1-0 Blue Jacket lead. Face off to the left of Mick. Tied up in the circle, coming away with it is Andres. Knocked all the way down in the Blue Jacket zone. Oh, and it rolled in on net as Nick Versich got tangled up with Selisker. In the right corner now along the end boards and behind the Blue Jacket net. Sikinen comes away with it. Sikinen. Out to center, left wing pass to Lee. Pass it behind Matson on the right wing. Matson thought he had to check up, so he did. Back to center. And here come the Warriors working on the left side. His ball throws it on net. Save Ulan. He'll gather it in and freeze it. 14:13 to go, period 2. It's a 1-0 Blue Jacket lead.
Yeah, Salisker had a chance there on Ulan. Kind of got a weird play set up, but Versich was able to recover and help out defensively there.
Face on to the right of Ulan. And the Blue Jackets come away with it. Prunovic to center ice. He's got a 3-on-2 if he can get by. Prunovic gets by. Centering pass in front. Radovic's shot actually hit the skate of Johnson, it looked like. And the puck's all the way back out to center. DeBoom sets it up for Prunovic. Prunovic back to DeBoom at center. DeBoom carries it across on the left wing. DeBoom in behind the Warrior net. He's going to leave it now behind the net, trying to get it to Osborne. Osborne overskates it, and the Warriors can't clear it. Out to the left point to Prunovic. Prunovic with the puck. Here's Prunovic. Left wing half wall. They'll work it right back. Prunovic to DeBoom. DeBoom jumps it down to Radovic along the end board. Radovic checked up on the play by Fisher. And the Warriors come away with it. Out to center ice, it's Andres. Andres, a shot and a save. Nice wrister from the left circle. And again, Ulan's on his game tonight. 15 saves so far. Long past the center, chipped in up and over the net by Osborne. Warriors get there first. And now back out to center ice. Working on the right side is DeRozier. DeRozier, his shot's blocked by Allison. In behind the Blue Jacket net, DeRozier recovers. Bottom of the left circle, centering pass. Ooh, and just getting the shot off. It sailed wide with Wiskow. He was tied up pretty nicely. I'm not sure how he got that. But here comes Cephala now, working down the left side for the Blue Jackets. He takes a check at the blue line by Kramer and ridden off the puck. Kramer with the puck. Along the end boards, into the right corner for Happy Rivard. Now, is that just not a hockey name? Icing coming up on Brainerd with 12:25 to go, period 2. It's 1-0 Blue Jackets.
Yeah, that definitely is a unique, that's a hockey name there. That's unique. Unique to the game, for sure. Happy Rivard.
Face out to the right of the goaltender, Mick, and it's pushed out to center by Brainerd. They'll shoot it right on net from center ice with ball. And again, Ewan just gathers it in and holds on. He kind of surveys the scene. If he doesn't see what he likes, he'll just freeze it.
Yeah, he makes a lot of smart plays. I mean, that was, just doesn't want to get himself into, any weird situations and giving up some weird rebound out front. Just get control of it and get the face off and get fresh troops out there if they need to.
And the way Ewan's playing today, they can just shoot all day long from center ice. He'll make every save. Madsen in along the end boards in the Warrior zone, battling with Andres. Into the right corner. They'll get it out to the right point, work it across. Bozio, Brunovic, wrist shot, hits traffic. Actually hit Madsen. Madsen's going to go off. Hopefully it just stings a little bit. Brunovic from the Blue Jacket blue line. Brunovic will get it right back from Bozio. Trying to work it up and out along the left wing, can't do it. In behind the net, Vestal. Vestal comes away with it off the end boards in the Blue Jacket zone. Right wing pass to Radovic. Left wing pass to Lee. Here's Jarrett. Jarrett to the left circle. Tried to set Brunovic up, and it was knocked away by the Warriors. Dumped down in behind the Warrior net. Lee battles for the loose puck. Centering pass. Tried to get it to DeBoom. DeBoom couldn't get a stick on it. DeBoom now along the end board. He just puts a big shot on Kendall. And DeBoom and Stout go at it. Meanwhile, it's chipped out to center. Brunovic backpedals to the Blue Jacket blue line. Radovic in behind Osborne. Osborne looking one way. Puck went the other. And it's an icing on Brainerd. 10:35 to go, period 2. It's a 1-0 Blue Jacket lead. Brainerd out shooting the Blue Jackets by 10. 16-6.
Yeah, we've only had 4 or 5. We've only had one shot on goal this period so far, so we got to pick up that number here.
Versus shot hits traffic, rolls to the left wing half wall where it's picked up by Brainerd. They can't clear. In the left corner, it's Johnson. In behind the Brainerd net, tied up by DeBoom along the end boards. Coming in to help out is Fisher. And again, Radovic with the puck. Left wing half wall, DeBoom. DeBoom, shot blocked, hits traffic. Out in front of the net, Andres out the center. Brings it across the blue line, wrist shot, just getting a piece of it was the goaltender Ewan. Then behind the Blue Jacket net, it's Rivard. Rivard left circle, a penalty coming up. Blue Jackets going on a power play, and going off is going to be Marthler. Interference, this will come at 7-11. Power play number 2 for the Blue Jackets. It's been a pretty clean game so far.
Yeah, just our third penalty here at the hockey game, so the score sheet is pretty clean as far as the penalties go.
Face off to the left of the goaltender, Mick. Tied up in a circle. And cleared down the ice by Stout. Here come the Blue Jackets with the puck to center. It's Perunovic. Right wing pass to DeBoom. DeBoom throws it on net. Save. And cleared to the near boards. Blue Jackets will regain control. Fired around by Lee. Comes to the left corner of the Brainerd zone. Kept alive by Perunovic. Left wing half wall, DeBoom. DeBoom. Back to Perunovic. Perunovic, blue line. Sets it up on the right point to Lee. Here's Lee. DeBoom. Left circle. Now near the left point. To Perunovic, top of the right circle. Oh, and it's in the skates of DeBoom. And he really couldn't pull the trigger on the one-timer. Cleared down the ice by Brainerd. Minute 5 to go in that Blue Jacket power play. Perunovich picks it up from behind the Blue Jacket net. Got 8:49 to go, period 2. 1-0 Blue Jackets. Perunovich. Centering pass is knocked down and blocked and cleared down the ice by Brainerd once again. They got a pretty good penalty kill. Here's Lee working down the right side. Across the blue line, knocked off his stick as he tried to make a move on Andres. And it's flipped back to the Blue Jacket end. Perunovich, long pass to Lescarbo. Here comes Lescarbo, right circle, shot, save, Mick. Loose puck, Lescarbo tried to get it again, knocked off his stick. Osborne, right corner. 25 seconds to go in that Blue Jacket power play. We got a light bulb burned out in our penalty. The number 2 don't look quite healthy. It looked like a 3. Bottom of the right circle, Lescarbo comes in, shot saved by Mick. Puck loose in front. Left circle, Lescarbo sets it up one-timer. Perunovich, a big left pad saved by Mick. And Blue Jackets still kept it alive. And now both teams are at full strength coming across. There's a wrist shot, top of the left circle by DeRozier, saved by Ewan, and he'll hold on.
Blue Jackets towards that end of that power play, they did get some great chances there. Mick had some great saves, but their penalty kill was pretty impressive for the most part of it.
Yeah, coming up in between periods, we'll talk about one of their assistant coaches for the Brainerd Warriors.
Yeah, not only do they have the uniqueness of the Happy Rivard, they also have a interesting assistant coach here.
Everybody's been in suspense forever. Ooh, a shot by Howison from the left circle, sails high. Right wing half wall. Down deep in behind the Blue Jacket net, picked up by Sikinen. Sikinen banks it off the right wing boards to center. Backpedaling is Kramer. His pass is deflected by Lee. And a whistle. 7:09 to go. Period number 2. 1-0 Blue Jackets. Face off, controlled by the Blue Jackets. Sikinen loses the net, gets back up. He'll bank it off the boards, comes to the right wing half wall in the Blue Jacket zone. With the puck is Ball. Ball can't control it. Here's Lee at center, knocked off his stick, and chipped right back to the left circle in the Blue Jacket zone. Giving chase is Sikinen and Stout. To the left point, shot sailed wide on the wrister from Kendall. Shot put on from the right wing half wall. Another save by Ewan on the ball wrist shot.
Yeah, sometimes those low little wristers can be tough ones to make the save, but Ewan steered that one aside and gets the face off here.
Well, the face off to the left of Ewan. DeBoom knocks it into the right corner of the Blue Jacket zone. Allison ties up a Warrior. And the Blue Jackets come away with it tonight. Right wing pass to Radovich. Radovich through the skates of the Boom. And here come the Warriors. DeRozier, his shot sails wide from the right circle. Penalty coming up on the Blue Jackets. It's going to be a trip on Radovich. Nope, they're going to call a hook on Radovich. Either way, it's power play number 2 for Brainerd. This will come at 10:44. Face off to the right of Ewan. Out near the left point to Andres. Left wing half ball, sets it up to Evans. Evans throws it towards the net. Off the skate, comes out to center ice. Grabbed by Fisher. Left wing pass. Andres back to Fisher. Out to center ice, right on the tape to Stout. He's across the blue line. He'll stop near the right point. Left wing pass, wrist shot deflected wide in front. The parked out front was Evans. Evans, left wing half wall. Out to the left point, sets it up for Fisher. Right point, in front, Howison tries to get the backhand off. Howison regains control and behind the Blue Jacket net. Minute 18 to go in the power play for Brainerd. 5.5 to go, period 2. 1-0 Blue Jackets. Shot put on, hits traffic, cleared away, but not out. At the right point, Michael Andres. At the right wing, half ball, sets it up for Stout. Now they'll work it over to Evans. Bottom of the left circle, centering pass, cleared away. Here come the Blue Jackets with a 3-on-2 if they can get moving. It's Perunovic, brings it across the blue line. Sets it up, Lee, left circle, shot, oh, hit the pipe. Oh my goodness. And Perunovic regains control of the puck out at center. 45 seconds to go. There's a long one to Osborne. Osborne hauled down, sets it up, and a backhand by Madsen. Sails high and over the top of the net. Blue Jackets a couple of short-handed opportunities here this afternoon. And off the ball, Osborne shot from the right circle, sails wide. Still 25 seconds to go in the power play for Brainerd. 4:35 to go, period 2. 1-0 Blue Jackets. Out to center and fired into the Blue Jackets zone, this time by Fisher. And a breakaway for Madsen. Madsen comes in, backhand forehand, and a big left pass. Heyman poked in. It's a goal. As it's poked in off the loose puck by Osborne. He took a whack at it, and that's Osborne's third shorthanded goal of the year. The initial save with the left pad by Mick. And the puck was still loose. Osborne came in and gave it a whack, and it went into net. Now there's a discussion. But right there was the ref to look at it and point and say it was in the net. As both captains, Happy Rivard and Jake Bethel, talking to the referees.
Yeah, they never did blow the whistle. The puck was still laying there, and Osborne came in there after Dillon had brought it in there and picks up his 5th goal of the year.
5th goal of the year, his 3rd shorthanded goal of the year. And it puts the Blue Jackets up 2-0. Still 5 seconds to go in the power play. And they're going to give Perunovic the assist. Time of that goal is 12:39. And now head coach Dave Oz wants to talk to the refs as well, argue his case. .421 to go in the period. It's a 2-0 Blue Jacket lead. Parker Osborne, Randy, 3 shorthanded goals on the year.
Yeah, you start thinking about that. He's had that knack for scoring shorthanded this year.
Still a discussion going on at the Brainerd bench. They're not going to change his mind.
Yeah, they're not going to reverse the call, but he's ready to go here, I think.
Face off at center ice. Blue Jackets still have to kill 5 seconds. And he turned it over. Left circle, and whiffing on the shot was Stout from the left circle as the Blue Jackets turn it over. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. 4:10 to go, period 2. Blue Jackets lead 2-0. From the right circle, Stout, wrist shot, save Hewlin. Puck loose. Here come the Blue Jackets. Riley Versich gets it to Radovic at center. Radovic across the blue line to Riley Versich, trying to skate in. He's hauled down. It's going to be a penalty coming up on Kramer. And the Blue Jackets are going on the power play as Kramer is going to get called for the hook. 13:06 is going to be the time of the penalty on Kramer. Dave Oz pleading his case still from the bench. Face off to the right of Mick. Power play number 3 coming up for the Blue Jackets. We can score here, Randy. That'd be huge. Left wing, half wall. Oh, and Lee couldn't control it. He's got to go back out to center and regroup. Cross ice pass on the left to Perunovic. Perunovic stick handles across the blue line on the right wing. Brunovich looks in behind the net. He'll carry it with him. Back out near the left point as he surveys. Fires it all the way around. Comes to the right wing half wall to Vestal. Vestal checked up on the play. Radovich tried to dig it loose. Warriors come away with it. Fired down the ice by Luke Johnson. Minute 25 to go in that Blue Jacket power play. Ulan will stop the puck behind the Blue Jacket net for Perunovic. 3:13 to go, period 2. It's a 2-0 Blue Jacket lead. At center, Perunovic, right wing pass, gets it over to Vestal, right circle. He'll slow it down out to the blue line to Lee. To the left circle as he tried to quickly get it to DeBoom. DeBoom has to regroup. And behind the net, taken away and fired down the ice by Andres. Ulan will stop it behind the Blue Jacket net again. Perunovic back to pick it up. 52 seconds to go in the Blue Jacket power play. At center, Perunovic with the puck. Works it to the right circle, Madsen. Madsen carries it in behind the net. Centering pass, cleared away. Out near the blue line. Madsen with the puck. Sets it up to Perunovic, right point. Over the left point, Lee was getting off the ice, so here's Nick Versich having to come on and knock it deep. 30 seconds to go in the Blue Jacket power play. And it chips to the Blue Jacket blue line. With the puck is Madsen, working down the right wing. Madsen, right circle, ridden off the play by Rivard. Les Garbo back to Nick Versich, right point. Left point sets it up, Sikinen. Sikinen, wrist shot. Ooh, he tried to hit Les Garbo back door and it sails high and wide. Les Garbo in the right corner with 5 seconds to go in the power play. Now it's Osborne who's got a shorty into the right corner. Nick Versich, wrist shot from the right point, and it's a save by Mick. Loose puck gathered in by Osborne, right corner of the Brainerd zone. They'll work it over on the left wing. Out to Nick Versich, wrist shot, knocked down with the glove from Mick, and kept alive at the right point by the Blue Jackets. Now finally cleared out by Happy Rivard up into the crowd on a deflection, so we'll have a face-off still in the Brainerd defensive zone. Minute 32 to go. Period 2, 2-0 Blue Jackets.
Great job by Nick Versich there to keep the puck in the Warrior zone there. Right on the blue line and keeps it in play. And, well, his hard work kind of led to this face-off in the zone here.
In the right corner of the Warriors zone. Warriors come away with it. Cross ice pass was behind Selisker. Comes to the Blue Jacket blue line. Selisker dumps it down deep though. Into the Blue Jacket zone along the end boards near the left corner. Selisker battling with Perunovic. And now Vestal with the puck. Penalty coming up. Interference. And it's going to be Perunovic, I think, going off this time. And it is. Brainerd's third power play coming up. Let's come at 15:55. Face off to the right of Ulan with 1:05 to go in period 2. On the draw is going to be Vestal taking the draw with Evans. Comes out to the left point, Andres. Right circle, sails up over Stout's stick. Stout into the right corner of the Blue Jacket zone. Ridden off the play, nicely done by Boggio. Loose puck picked up, shot put on, sails high. Fisher, left wing half wall, gets it out to the point. Howison. Fisher. Out near the left point to Evans. To Fisher. Down in the right corner to Stout. Centering pass knocked away by the Blue Jackets and just flipped out to center by Knipes. 29 seconds to go in the period. Bringing it across is Stout. He'll stop out near the right point. Thrown towards the net. Knocked down by Boggio. It's out to center ice. Here's Lee. Lee with 18 seconds to go. Tries to get by the defender. Nice defensive work by Andres in the right circle. Andres, right corner of the Brainerd zone with 9 seconds to go in the period. Long pass to center. Carried across by Evans. Evans left circle. Shot sails wide. May have been deflected. That's it for period 2, but the Blue Jackets pick up another tally, and they now have a 2-0 lead over the Warriors of Brainerd. Our second intermission's coming up. You're listening to Blue Jacket Hockey on 106.3 WMF. 2 periods of play in the books here from the historic Hibbing Memorial Arena. Blue Jackets on top of Brainerd by a score of 2-0. Overall, interesting period there for the Blue Jackets. It looked like Brainerd was going to come out and dominate that second period, but Blue Jackets kind of settled down and got into a groove again. And they get a shorty this time, and they lead 2-0.
Yeah, they got that groove, like you said, they, got into the groove in the second period, latter half, and played okay, withheld it in the first half, and the second half of the period they played very well, and got picked up the shorthanded goal, and they played pretty well shorthanded. They got some odd man rushes again and some more chances, so it was good to see it. Ryan Hewlin making some huge saves also in that second period as well.
And the Blue Jackets holding their own. And, it's been, for the most part, a pretty clean game. And it's been kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, it has been an entertaining game. It hasn't been certainly not as physical as last year's game, against Brainerd. This year's game has been more of a skill, finesse type of game. And certainly been clean on the score sheet after 2 periods of periods as far as penalties there.
Why don't you run down our stats from period 2?
The lone goal for the second period belonged to the Blue Jackets. This was a shorthanded goal to make it 2-0. This was Parker Osborne after Dylan Matson brought it in and left the initial shot just short of the goal mouth as Mick kind of thought he made the initial save, and the puck was still loose, and Parker Osborne knocked it home, picking up his 5th goal of the season, his 3rd shorthanded goal of the season as well, and the single assist from Scott Perunovich, his first points of the night for Perunovich. And then the goaltender stays in that period for Brady Mick of the Brainerd Warriors. He had 7 for a 2-period total of 11. And Ryan Hewlin of your Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets, he had 7 for a 2-period total of 20. There was 2 minor penalties assessed on each team for a total of 4 minutes apiece. A couple interference penalties and 2 hooking penalties. And after 2 periods of play, it's the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets 2 and the Brainerd Warriors 0.
Blue Jackets 0 for 3 in the power play tonight, and Brainerd will come out in the third period with 55 seconds of their third power play and see if the Blue Jackets can kill that off, as Perunovich is still in the box when we get period number 3 underway. Well, you can knock off another team off the unbeaten ranks, and left in the state of Minnesota, we're down to 3 teams as Stillwater gets beaten today by Holy Family 5-3. So the only undefeated teams left in the state of Minnesota in boys hockey is Benilde St. Margaret's at 10-0, the Blue Jackets at 9-0, and Bemidji at 7-0-2.
And then there were 3.
Here's a score. 6:46 to go in period number 2 over in Virginia. It's Virginia Mountain Iron Buell 4-1 over Northern Lakes, who we will see tomorrow. So we've been kind of teasing it left and right about an interesting assistant coach for the Brainerd Warriors. Obviously, he's not here in the building that I could see anyway, but the name Chico Resch probably brings back a lot of memories for a lot of people. Former Bulldog goalie, played many years in the NHL.
Yeah, from Moose Jaw, Canada, and played for the New York Islanders, Colorado Rockies, New Jersey Devils, and the Philadelphia Flyers. There was actually one of the might have been one of the parents from Brainerd, or I'm assuming he had a Philadelphia Flyers jersey on, and maybe somewhat an honor to Glenn Chico Resch, who had a storied career in the NHL, and of course, as you mentioned, University of Minnesota Duluth Bulldog as well.
And not to mention, he did TV analyst with none other than Doc Emmerich for about 14 years before Doc went exclusively to NBC. And then he, in 2014, Chico Resch finally hung up his color analyst skills with the New Jersey Devils, moved back to Emily, Minnesota, and thus he is, I'm assuming, the goaltending coach for the Brainerd hockey squad.
Yeah, that's what we're kind of thinking before the game. It must have been, you'd think Dave Oz coming over from Blaine, and he brings in, possibly bring, Chico Resch in and got him involved, and that's a pretty impressive coaching staff there in Brainerd.
Yeah, it is. Not bad at all. I do want to say thanks once again to General Waste for all your disposal needs. Choose General Waste. Sullivan Candy and Supply, your wholesale candy and supply distributor, and Ira Corner National. Pioneers in Engineering, Elastomeric Pipeliners, proud sponsors of Blue Jacket Sports. We'll be back with more of our second intermission coming up. It's Blue Jacket Hockey right here on 106.3 WMFG. And welcome back, everyone. About ready to get third period action underway. Doug Dieter, Randy Catron bringing you the action here tonight. Blue Jackets lead 2-0 after 2 periods of play. I do want to say thanks once again to Sullivan Candy and Supply, your wholesale candy and supply distributor, Ira Corner National, Pioneers in Engineering, Elastomeric Pipeliners, and General Waste. For all your disposal needs, choose General Waste, proud sponsors of Blue Jacket Sports. Blue Jackets will have to kill off 55 seconds of the Perunovic penalty as we start third period action. Blue Jackets moving right to left. On the penalty kill is going to be Lee, Bastel, Knight, and Boggio. And we're about ready to get third period action up underway. Tied up at center ice. Knocked back to the Blue Jacket blue line and fired down the ice by Knight. From in behind the net with the puck is Andres. They'll get it out to center. Ridden off the play was Fisher. And carried in offside. 33 seconds to go in that power play. Number 3 on tonight for Brainerd.
Yeah, 3 power plays apiece here.
Face off just outside the Blue Jacket blue line. Bestel on the draw with Howison. And the Blue Jackets come away with it, and Lee banks it off the left wing boards all the way down. Nick will stop it. Puts it in behind the net. Spinning around is Andres. 18 seconds to go in that power play. At the Blue Jacket blue line, Howison. And nice back check by Lee. Puck in front of the net, fired down the ice by Knight. That'll pretty much take care of that penalty on Perunovic. And out to center with the puck is Andres. Andres ridden off the plate, the Blue Jacket blue line by Osborne. Fired around from the left wing half wall by Stout. Comes out near the right point. Howison with it. Try to get it to the left circle. Knights knocks it down. Perunovic picks up the loose puck. Carried in beyond the Blue Jacket net. Right wing pass. Knights kicked down and in by Osborne off his skate. And rolls right in on Mick, who will just freeze it. So we got 15:40 to go in the game. Blue Jackets with a 2-0 lead. Face off to the left of Mick. DeBoom will take the draw against Ball. DeBoom wins the draw. Back to the right point. Nick Versich's shots blocked. Here come the Warriors out to center. It's Ball. Rolls into the Blue Jacket zone. Gathered in by DeBoom. Banked off the end boards to the right corner to Sikinen. Kept alive at the right point. Shot sails wide from Ball. Comes to the left wing half wall where it's tied up by Radovich. $15-12 to go in the game. Still battling along the left wing wall in the Blue Jacket zone. DeRozier. And Nick Versich. Left point, wrist shot. Happy Rivard sails wide. Osborne with a short-handed goal, his third of the year, to put the Blue Jackets up 2-0. Couldn't control it. Down near the right circle now, Osborne with the puck. Here's Osborne to center. Osborne tries to get by the D. It's going to roll in on net. Picked up by Rivard in behind the Brainerd net. Now he'll leave it back there once again for Kramer. Kramer had it taken away by Lescarbo. Lescarbo centering pass knocked away by the goaltender. And here come the Warriors. Ball to center. Line change for Brainerd. Out to center on the left side. Riley Versich backhands it to the Brainerd blue line. Kendall works it over to Wiskow. And again carried in offside. 14-13 to go. Face-off controlled by the Blue Jackets. At center ice, Lescarbo golfed in. Stopped by Mick behind the Brainerd net. He'll flip it up to his teammate. With the puck is Wiskow. Wiskow will have to carry it back in behind the Brainerd net. Zips it around to the left wing half wall. Out near the left point. And finally knocked out to neutral ice. It's McLean. Right wing pass too far in front of Marthaler. Rolls over to the left side. Tipped. Sepala had an opportunity at it. With the puck is Andres, Gavin Andres. To center. Right wing pass to Marthaler. Taken away by Knights. Banked off the left wing boards. Back down into the Brainerd zone. Line change Blue Jackets. Loose puck. Lee has the puck. Here comes Lee. Jarrett tries to cut in. Lee couldn't control it. Left wing half wall. Vestal. Left circle. Shot sails wide. Jumped down deep by Boggio from the right point. In behind the net. Loose puck will be picked up by Mitchell Andres. Blue Jackets kept it alive momentarily. Left wing half wall. It's Johnson out to center. Loose puck gathered in by Evans. And now here comes Perunovic. Perunovic brings it across the blue line. He's got lead, puts it towards the net, and it's intercepted and taken away by Kramer. Kramer ridden off the play. DeBoom took it away. DeBoom, left circle. DeBoom couldn't pull the trigger. Nice back check by Rivard. Perunovic from the Blue Jacket blue line with 12:16 to go. Perunovic turned it over. Knocked down along the end boards by Howieson. In the right corner of the Blue Jacket zone. Now near the left wing half wall, pushed out to center ice. In the right corner. Sykinen works it to the left corner. Clearing pass intercepted. High slot. It's Selisker. Clipped on net. Saved by Ewan. He'll hold on. 11:31 to go. Blue Jackets lead 2-0. Shots on goal 20-14 in favor of Brainerd. Face off to the left of Hewlett. And the face-off controlled by Osborne, flipped up and out of play. Face-off once again back down to the left of Hewlin with 11:25 to go. DeBoom will take the draw against Stout. Nick Versich over in the left corner of the Blue Jacket zone. Out to center. It's DeBoom. He'll stop near the half wall on the right side. Try to get it to Radovich. That's knocked down. And Brainerd quickly back out to center. Rolls off the stick of Selisker and golfed in by the Blue Jackets. But they were on the wrong side of center, so it's an icing. 10:59 to go. Blue Jackets holding on to a 2-0 lead. Got a decent crowd on hand considering we got boys basketball at home today too.
Yeah, that's always tough, when you got the boys basketball team playing a team that's been good over the last few years, Lakeview Christian, and, their home tournament. A lot of students kind of divided on both, but good student body here tonight and good crowd as well here on hand.
From the Blue Jackets and kept alive at the right point by Wiskow. Back into the right corner of the Blue Jackets zone. Knife along the end boards takes a big hit from McLean. And out to center, it's Cephala. Working down the right side. Cephala can't get by the defense. Taken out of the play by Kendall. It's Andres. Right wing pass to DeRozier. DeRozier across the Blue Jacket blue line. Centering pass sails all the way into the left corner. McLean picks up the puck. Loose in the left circle. Knife grabs it. Knife had it knocked off his stick. McLean is shot. Hits the side of the net. You heard pipe, but it looked like it hit the side of the net. In the right corner of the Blue Jacket zone with 10:06 to go. Trying to come off the right wing wall was Howieson. Now Les Garbo with the puck. Les Garbo just elbows off a check from Evans. Out to center. Les Garbo fires it down and in. Line change Blue Jackets with 9:50 to go. 2-0. Hibbing Chisholm with the lead, looking to go to 10-0 on the season. Carried across by Evans. Right point, banked off the glass. Perunovic picks it up. Flipped down the ice to Vestal. Vestal couldn't knock it down. Mick comes out to the left circle and clears it up near the left point. Vestal was unable to knock down that pass from Perunovic. Banked off the boards to the Blue Jacket blue line. Picked up by Boggio. He overskates it. Turnover at center. Pushed down in by Selesker into the left corner of the Blue Jacket zone. Long pass from Madsen on the left wing to Lee. Lee sets it up. Comes across. Blue Jackets will check up with 9:04 to go. Johnson, center. His pass hit a skate. Fired down and in. Brnovich has it right over the Blue Jacket zone. Zips it around. Left wing. Point kept in by Andres. He'll zing it around. And with 8:45 to go, Blue Jackets holding on to a 2-0 lead, but Brainerd's starting to put on the pressure. Shot hits the side of the net from Stout. Long pass and center knocked down by Perunovic. Here's Perunovic. Perunovic gets it over to Lee. Left circle shot saved by Mick. He'll hold on.
Nice job by Lee. Nice little backhander shot, and Perunovic was out front for that possible rebound to knock it home, but Mick did a good job not allowing that to have the second chance, second opportunity there.
Face off to the right of Mick with 8:29 to go. 2-0 Blue Jackets with the lead over the Warriors of Brainerd. Brainerd banks it off the end boards, comes to the right wing half wall. Brevard flips it to center, and then it's poked into the Blue Jacket left corner. Giving chase is McLean. Left wing half wall, Wiskow. Takes a big check from Nick Bursic. Coming off the wall is DeRozier, knocked off his stick. Into the end boards, Sikinen has it tied up. Play continues along the end boards. Blue Jackets dig it out. Left wing pass to Osborne from DeBoom. Osborne cuts in, splits the D. A shot and a save by Mick. Osborne already has one goal here today, a short-handed goal. He takes a huge hit from behind from Wiskow, and Wiskow is going to go off. Now, what the question is, what are they going to call
it? Could be a 5-minute major.
I would think so, too. That's a check from behind.
That was a hard hit. And I think the referee's confirming.
Roughing.
Boarding.
Oh, boarding? Yep, it is.
Is that a
9:17 time of the penalty? And going off will be Wiskow for the boarding. Power play number 4 for the Blue Jackets.
And that is a 5-minute major.
It's a 5-minute major, so we can just sit here and score goals at will. Flip down the ice by the Warriors. At center ice is Perunovic. Perunovic to the right circle. Oh, a centering pass hits a skate. Bestel picks it up, gets it out to the right point to Lee. There's Lee at the blue line. Right circle, Bestel. Now Perunovic, top of the left circle. Going to leave it for DeBoom. DeBoom to Lee. Lee, right point. Lee almost lost it. Lee with the puck. Gets it down deep. DeBoom, left corner. Has to push it in behind the net to Radovic. They'll work it over to the right circle. Perunovic's shot saved by the goaltender. And a one-timer, and it goes in. No, it's waved off. It looked like it went across the line on a one-timer from the right circle from Bestel, and now a hook. We got a 5-on-3 as Bestel went down. And Evans will go off.
How did that puck not go in there?
I don't know, because even from here it looked like it crossed the line.
Must have just trickled right before that line where
Evans is going off for a roughing as well as Bestel. So we'll see if they both get roughs, but either way, Evans and Bestel are in a box. This will come at 10-10. Out in the power play for the Blue Jackets going to be DeBoom, Madsen, Radovic, Lee, and Perunovic. Face-off's going to be to the left of Mick, the goaltender. Won by the Blue Jackets out to the right point to Lee. Again, the Blue Jackets on a 5-minute power play. Still 4 minutes to go in that power play. Left wing, half wall, Perunovic. Has to gather it in the left corner. Perunovic. Now they'll set it up. Madsen in the left corner. Leaves it for Radovic. Radovic left corner. Tied up, trying to dig a loose. Blue Jackets come away with it. DeBoom to Lee. Sets it up over on the right point to Perunovic. Back to Lee at the blue line. Left circle, DeBoom. DeBoom. Back to Lee. Lee with the puck to DeBoom. Jumps over his stick, rolls into the left corner. 6:08 to go in the game. 2-0 Blue Jackets. 3:22 to go in the power play. Hibbing can tack on a couple. Kept alive right point by Perunovic. Perunovic, high slot, works it down low, jumps over the stick of Radovic. Into the right corner of the Warriors zone. With the puck is Stout, just trying to tie it up. Radovic there digging it out. Play continues into the right corner of the Warriors zone. Bodies fall. Puck's covered, whistle. Still 3:01 to go in that Blue Jacket power play. We haven't generated many shots.
Yeah, we haven't had the shots on goal like we wanted there for sure.
5:44 to go in the game. Blue Jackets lead 2-0. Coming up in our post-game show, we'll check other scores going on around the area and recap our game. Sykinen can't keep it alive at the left point. He's got to go back to regroup. Pushed off the play by DeRozier. Loose puck picked up now by Fisher. Fisher ridden off the play. Puck's at the left wing half wall in the Blue Jacket zone. Now into the left corner. They'll send it out to the left point. Wrist shot. Sails in. And Hewlin made the save. In the left corner of the Blue Jacket zone. 2:34 to go in the Blue Jacket power play. Still just tied up by Fisher. Now coming away with it's Nick Versich. Versich in behind the Blue Jacket net with 5 minutes to go in the game. 2-0 Blue Jackets. Pass was behind Riley Versich. He gathers it in. Right wing pass, Osborne. Osborne to the blue line. Nick Versich, right wing half wall, Osborne. Osborne with the puck. 2:05 to go in the Blue Jacket power play. 4:45 to go in the game. Wrist shot from the left point by Sykinen. Mick saw it the whole way and held on. Bestel and Evans are out of the box. Their matching 2-minute minors are over. Meanwhile, the Blue Jackets still have 2 minutes of that 5-minute major. They're trying to score as Luke Wiskow went in for Borean. Brainerd. Face off to the right of Mick. Loose puck gathered in by Happy Rivard and fired down the ice right on net. Steered away by Hewlin. Picked up by Perunovic. 1:50 to go in the power play. Right wing pass. At center to Boom. Right circle. Centering in front. Tried to get it to Bestel. He couldn't pull the trigger. Knocked all the way back to the Blue Jacket blue line. Perunovic back to pick it up once again. Perunovic. Left wing pass on the right side, to Lee. Lee's at center. They'll bring it across on the right wing. Lee in behind the net to the left corner of the Brainerd zone. Flips it out to the blue line, and it comes all the way out to center. Minute 20 to go in the Blue Jacket power play. 4 minutes to go in the game. Blue Jackets on top, 2-0 over Brainerd. Perunovic dumps it down into the right corner. Giving chase is Radovic. Getting there first is Brainerd, and they'll fire it back down the ice. Hewlin with the puck, just golfs it around. Perunovic with the puck. Perunovic, he'll backpedal in behind the Blue Jacket net. Perunovic with the puck to center ice. Perunovic carries it across. Left circle's going to leave it for Les Garbo. That's knocked away. Here comes Ball. Ball into the Blue Jacket zone. Right circle, odd angle shot, sails up high and wide. 38 seconds to go in that Blue Jacket power play. Ball ridden off the play by Lee. At the right wing half wall in the Blue Jacket zone. To Perunovic behind the net. Howison giving him grief. Banked off the end boards in the left corner to Bessel. Back to Perunovic in the right corner of the Blue Jacket zone. 3 minutes to go in the game, 2-0 Blue Jackets. Long pass to the blue line, knocked away by Brainerd. Still 13 seconds to go in the Blue Jacket power play. And Brainerd dumps it deep. They should pretty much take care of it with 5 seconds to go. And they've successfully killed off a 5-minute major. Turnover, right circle. Here comes Fisher. A shot, sails high. 2:37 to go in the game. There's a shot from the left point, sails high as well. Holding the zone at the right point is Andres. Right wing half wall Fisher. They'll get it to Howison, knocked off his stick. And reaching out to freeze it to his right is Hewlin. As that puck was loose, Howison couldn't get anything on it. And with 2:22 to go, face off to the right of the goaltender.
Yeah, that Brainerd had a pretty good screen set up there in front of Hewlin. That was going to be a challenge, but Howison not able to get real good wood on it. Hewlin quickly gets the face off so we can get a new play set up here, and looks like we're going to have a timeout here.
Timeout's going to be called by the Blue Jackets, but more importantly, the Blue Jackets have almost tied it up in the shot book. 21-20 in favor of Brainerd. That was heavily lopsided earlier in this game.
Yeah, it was. Brainerd was kind of running away with it as far as shots and goal, and then Blue Jackets have done well. Battled back. Got that 2-0 lead, but they were heavily trailing in shots. But yeah, they've done well in the second and third period. They've got back those shots and made it just about even.
Nice penalty kill though by Brainerd to not kill off that 5-minute major. Didn't allow the Blue Jackets a whole lot of shots in that power play.
Yeah, they certainly didn't have a lot of chances on goal, but Blue Jackets were able to control the play and killed out. Even though they killed off that penalty, they kept the puck in their control and their possession, and certainly would have been nice to add a third goal there, though.
Yeah, kind of give you a little breathing space.
Yeah, because you don't want to give up one here and then have a tight match in the next minute and a half or so.
2:22 to go. Blue Jackets up 2-0 over Brainerd. Face off to the right of the goaltender, Hewlin. Goals for the Blue Jackets tonight. Jake Bestel and a shorty from Parker Osborne, his third shorthanded goal of the year. And it's chipped down the ice as Brainerd has pulled their goalie for an extra attacker. Happy Rivard picks it up, carries it in behind the Brainerd net. Happy Rivard with 2:10 to go. Works it up. Out to center. Sets it up for Kramer. Dumped down deep. Perunovic with the puck. Left corner. Ridden off the puck. And it's intercepted by Matson. He's at center. He'll throw it towards the net. And he missed. It's an icing. Just wide. So 1:53 to go. We'll have a face-off down to the right of Ryan Hewlin. Hewlin trying to hold on, pick up his second shutout of the year. Extra attacker will remain on for Brainerd. Empty net at the other end. Knocked into the right corner of the Blue Jackets zone, out near the right wing half wall. And it's chipped out to center ice. Got a penalty coming up. Nope, they're going to say it was knocked down with a high stick. I thought they were going to go for the penalty because both Lee and Evans down here in their half wall on the right side behind the play were having a little wrestling match.
Yeah, a little extracurricular, exchanging some holiday greetings there.
Face off to the right of Mick as he had to come back in. And it's going to be knocked in the left corner of the Brainerd zone. Happy Rivard in behind the net. Banked off the boards to Andres. Here's Andres with a minute and a half to go. Andres out to center. Howison with the puck, and the Blue Jackets intercepted at neutral ice. Taken away by Howison, and Mick's coming off. And they'll get the extra attacker. Banked off the right wing boards, out the center. Stout with the puck with a minute 15 to go. At center, Michael Andres has to circle. Tipped into the Blue Jacket zone by Ball into the left corner. Extra attacker on for the Brainerd Warriors once again. Minute to go in the game. Knocked down the ice by Lee. Lee giving chase. Back to pick it up is going to be Selisker. He gets it to Andres. To Rivard in between the circles in the Brainerd zone. Working down the right wing is Stout. Stout stops at the half wall on the right side. 40 seconds to go in the game. Centering pass and unable to get any wood on it. Here comes Perunovic to center. Perunovic on net goal. Empty netter. That'll seal the deal at 16:28. Empty net goal. Perunovic said, I'll get that one in there.
Yeah, I'll take care of that one for you and knock that one home. Perfect. Perfect night for the Blue Jackets here. Goal in every period, Doug.
Goal number 8 for Perunovic on the year. As the crowd starts to filter out with 32 seconds to go, trying to beat the rush to the parking lot and get out before all the people in the Super Bowl get loose.
If you were at Mariucci tonight, the students would be chanting, "Beat the traffic."
That's funny. 20 seconds to go. Brainerd at center, throws it down the ice. We'll have an icing coming up on Brainerd with 12 seconds. That's funny. As soon as that goal scored, all of a sudden you started seeing people headed toward the exits.
Yep, clearing the way. Clearing the way to the exits.
Face off to the left of Mick. Blue Jackets should hold on for their Ryan Hewlin's second shutout of the season. 5 seconds to go. They'll work it up near the left point. Allison kept it alive. Out to center, and that'll do it. And the Blue Jackets are now 10-0 on the season with a 3-0 victory over the Warriors of Brainerd.
Well, our first test in this two-day tournament event was to get past the Warriors, and they did here tonight. Move to keep that streak alive here.
Blue Jackets look good. They played efficient hockey, and they come out of here with their 10th victory of the year against no losses. We'll be back with our post-game show coming up. You're listening to Blue Jacket Hockey right here on 106.3 WMFG.